The story begins in a desolate stretch of the American Badlands, where an isolated military convoy vanishes without leaving a trace. The official report says it was a sandstorm accident, but locals whisper of something far more terrifying. Among the missing is a young soldier whose sister, Claire, refuses to accept the explanation. She travels to the Badlands with a team of survivalists determined to uncover the truth. As night falls on their first camp, strange sounds echo through the canyon walls. The group notices claw-like marks etched into the rock, but dismisses them as the result of large animals. However, when one of their own vanishes without a scream, panic begins to set in. Claire senses they are being watched by something far more intelligent than any predator on Earth. Meanwhile, a separate storyline unfolds with a hardened ex-mercenary named Cole, living in isolation after surviving a predator encounter years before. Haunted by his memories, he has tried to bury his past, but the arrival of Claire and her team pulls him back into the nightmare. He reluctantly agrees to help, warning them that what hunts them cannot be stopped by ordinary weapons or courage alone. As the group treks deeper into the Badlands, they discover remnants of an ancient battle site littered with strange, metallic fragments. Symbols etched on the stones reveal that this land has been a hunting ground for centuries. Claire pieces together that her brother may have been taken alive, not killed, and is determined to save him before it's too late. The group now realizes they are part of a much larger hunt. The first full confrontation comes when the predator reveals itself during a sandstorm. Cloaked and using advanced weaponry, it picks off two members of the team with brutal precision. Cole unleashes his hidden arsenal, forcing the predator into temporary retreat. This small victory gives the survivors hope, but Cole warns them that the creature is merely testing their strength, learning their weaknesses. The team sets traps using old military mines buried in the Badlands, hoping to turn the environment into an advantage. One predator falls into their ambush, but to their horror, another one arrives, larger, faster, and equipped with new technology they have never seen before. The realization sinks in that they are not dealing with a lone hunter but an entire clan that views this desert as their proving ground. Claire and Cole lead the survivors toward an abandoned research bunker hidden in the cliffs. Inside, they uncover classified files describing secret government knowledge of predator activity dating back decades. The bunker contains experimental weapons designed to counter predator technology, though many are untested. Claire takes command, vowing to use everything at her disposal to survive and rescue her brother. The next hunt is even more brutal. At night, the predators surround the bunker, using their cloaking abilities to terrorize the survivors. One manages to infiltrate and slaughters several team members before Claire detonates the lab's self-destruct charges. The explosion collapses the entrance, buying them time but trapping them underground. Tension rises as supplies dwindle and fear eats away at morale. Cole reveals to Claire that years ago, he fought alongside a unit that sacrificed themselves to bring down a predator ship. He admits he carries a hidden weapon stolen from the enemy, something that could turn the tide but comes at a deadly risk. With trust now fragile, Claire demands the weapon, but Cole warns her that using it will mark them as worthy prey, drawing in even stronger hunters. Desperate to escape, the survivors find tunnels that lead out of the bunker. However, the predators anticipate this move and set up ambushes along the canyon exits. In a daring sequence, Claire and Cole fight side by side, using both human ingenuity and stolen predator tech. They manage to wound one of the hunters severely, forcing the others to regroup and reassess their prey. During a quiet night, Claire hears distant screams echoing across the Badlands. She is convinced her brother is still alive and being kept as part of the predator's twisted ritual. Against Cole's warnings, she insists on tracking the sound. The survivors split, with some following Claire and others choosing to find their own way out. This division proves fatal as the smaller group is swiftly exterminated. Claire's team eventually discovers an ancient cave adorned with trophies of human skulls. At the center lies a cage where her brother is imprisoned, bruised but alive. Before they can free him, two predators arrive, initiating a savage showdown. Cole manages to kill one by detonating stolen tech, but the explosion leaves him gravely wounded. Claire drags her brother out, but their fight is far from over. The surviving predator calls in reinforcements, summoning a massive ship that hovers above the Badlands. The desert floor shakes as new hunters descend, far more armored and ruthless. Claire realizes they've stepped into a full-blown predator rite of passage. Survival is no longer about hiding. It's about proving they are too dangerous to be killed easily. The hunters crave the challenge. Claire's brother reveals crucial information. He overheard the predators communicating through strange signals. With the help of the research bunker's remaining tech, they devise a plan to hijack those signals and disrupt predator cloaking. Using scavenged gear, they build a risky transmitter, but activating it will expose their exact location. Still, Claire decides it's their only chance to level the battlefield. The final act becomes a war across the Badlands, with explosions echoing through canyons and sand turned to fire. The disrupted cloaking gives the humans their first real advantage, allowing them to strike back with precision. But every kill comes at a devastating cost, and the survivors' numbers dwindle rapidly. Cole, refusing to die quietly, charges into battle one last time, buying the minutes they desperately need. In the climax, Claire faces the predator leader, a towering beast scarred from countless hunts. Armed with both human grit and the stolen predator weapon, she fights a brutal, personal battle. The predator nearly overpowers her, but with her brother's help, she lands a killing blow that turns the tide. The leader collapses, and for a brief moment, silence falls over the Badlands. The ship above prepares to unleash devastation, but Claire activates the stolen predator weapon in a final gamble. The energy surge causes a chain reaction, crippling the ship and forcing it to retreat into orbit. The Badlands are left scorched and broken, but the hunt is ended for now. Survivors crawl from the wreckage, shaken yet alive. Claire holds her brother's hand as dawn breaks over the Badlands. She has survived the impossible but knows the war is not over. The predators will return, stronger and angrier than ever, drawn by the defiance of a few fragile humans. As she looks out across the barren land, determination fills her eyes. The hunters may have claimed this desert, but humanity will not go quietly. In the final scene, far above Earth, predator elders watch recordings of the battle. Claire's defiance is marked as exceptional, her face etched into their holographic archives as a worthy adversary. A council decides her survival makes Earth a new focal point for their hunts. The credits roll with a haunting realization. The Badlands were only the beginning of something much larger. But hidden deep beneath the sands, the wreckage of predator tech begins to hum, activating on its own. Strange lights flicker as fragments fuse together, suggesting something is rebuilding itself. Unknown to Claire, the desert is no longer just a battlefield. It has become a cradle for an evolving predator machine. Meanwhile, back in civilization, government officials intercept faint transmissions from the Badlands. They recognize the signal as alien but choose to cover it up, branding the incident as classified. Yet one official secretly records the data, planning to weaponize predator technology for human warfare. A new danger brews, one not from the stars but from human greed. As the story closes, Claire and her brother prepare to leave the Badlands, scarred yet alive. But the camera lingers on the desert horizon, where a cloaked figure stands watching them. Another predator has arrived, silent and patient, studying the survivors who dared to fight back. The hunt, it seems, has only just begun.